tell us about your experience at MIT when you first arrived.
It's so hard to describe that in words because I think for the first time I felt validated because I was always such a weird kid growing up. I was always collecting rocks and feathers and just not talking to anyone. And at MIT you can get away with not talking to anyone ever. So very introverted, but I still had good grades, so my parents didn't know what I would end up doing. But when I went there, so many other people were like me. We were all so weird. And I don't know, orientation was just the best day of my life. That was the first day in school, and I was like, oh, they all look like me. And the average, this is the funny part. My family, I don't know why, they're all my height. Like, they're not very tall or anything. Like, brown people are not that tall. But for some reason, growing up, my mom was feeding me like these pills for dwarfism, and I was like, and she told me it was for my acne, but it was for dwarfism, and did nothing. But I went there, and there's all these Asian kids at MIT, they're my height. I just felt so good. I was like, Mom, everyone here is my height. So I immediately fell in love with America in general because it gave me a home like I had never had before. So like I said, my family is Pakistani, but we were raised and grew up in UAE. So in the Middle East, especially that region, you can never become a citizen, even if you're born there. So my dad's been there 40 years something. He gave his life. He built the country. He was a labor worker for 40 something years. And he left without any savings, no citizenship, nothing, no benefits. I had to go to private school. That's, you don't have access to public anything. So you'd never really feel like you belong. And for some reason, I have no idea how that happened here, because the minute I entered the US, I was like, I belong here. They like me and I like them, and this is where I'm gonna live. So I think that's, and then MIT itself too, because I hear accounts of people who went to other schools where they experienced culture shock. I think MIT was so diverse and so weird, and so there's a place for every kind of person, which doesn't necessarily happen. If I had gone to Harvard or Princeton, I think I would have experienced some culture shock. But I was saved from that, so that was good.